Hi guys, welcome to the Coffee Chat show here on Buzzing Pattaya, the show where we talk about things that are happening right here, right now, as well as general news, tips, information and advice. Alright, so today's Coffee Chat, as you can see, is I'm down here on Jomtien Beach. Lovely cool evening, it's about 5:30. I'm down by the Grand Jomtien Palace near Soi 11. And today's Coffee Chat is I want to ask you guys, because I know you must be feeling it, about how you used to deal with the Pattaya blues, okay? The Pattaya blues, when you were having to go back home, how did you used to deal with it? What emotions did you go through and how did you overcome it? You know, were you booking trips to come straight back out, etc.? And also, I want to ask you the question as to when do you think you are actually going to be out here? Now, before we get into that, firstly, can I just say a huge thank you to everybody that supported the channel. We're now over 10,000 subscribers. I can't believe it. It's absolutely fantastic. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I really do genuinely mean that, and I can't thank you all enough. And also, I would like to say, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and also the bell icon if you'd like to be notified when we bring out a new video. All right, so back to our today's question is about how did you used to deal with the Pattaya blues? And I know myself, you know, when I used to come over here as a tourist, I would have a great time. I mean, it's just amazing. I couldn't wait. I was like a kid in a sweet shop, counting down the days to when I was going to get on the airplane and fly over and come to Pattaya City. But then you had the awful, gut-wrenching, soul-destroying feeling about when you had to go back to the airport, get back on that airplane and head back to wherever it is you came from. And it was awful. For me, I hated it. You know, you'd sit there counting down the days, counting down the hours, thinking, oh God, you know, I'm going to miss this place so much. And like the 500 tilaks that all love me are going to miss me and I'm going to miss them. And it's just a nightmare. But how did you guys deal with it? You know, what was your routine? For me, I would literally get back off the airplane back in England. I'll go home the next day. I'll be straight down to the travel agents and I'll be booking myself my next flight out here and making sure I had a target to aim for, a date that was in my mind that I knew that is when I'm coming back. And that was how I dealt. That's how I dealt with it. So it was quite easy for me in terms of at least I had something to aim towards, and that was my future. Normally I came back like every 3 months. And that was good enough for me. It was a nice time span. Beautiful evening, so look at this. What a lovely evening. And people ask me, why do you live here? There you go. It's not all about the girls, etc. Oh, excuse me. So when you guys go back, I mean, I am imagining now, because when I came here it wasn't so important, but I imagine now it must be harder. And I'll tell you the reason why it must be harder, because there's so much ways of connecting with each other, video calls and SMS messaging, etc., that I'm guessing, rightly or wrongly, and please let me know, that you must stay in touch with some of the girls, maybe some friends you've got over here, etc. So is it easier having that connection or is it harder? Because I guess if you've got like a newfound tilak and you're sending her some money or she's promising you the world, then it must be very hard to know that you're not going to be coming back for a good few weeks, few months, maybe even longer, maybe next year. And that leads me into the next question as to when do you think you're going to come back? And I've got to say, you know, I get hammered for being, oh, you're so doom and gloom, you always go around these places and you say, oh, this place is closing, this place is shut. Well, it is. You know, what do you want me to say? And I want you to think about it in another way. Like, okay, so Bangkok, let's take Bangkok. Do you honestly think Bangkok is affected about tourism the way we are here? Of course they're not. Of course they're not. If anything, working from home for these guys must be a bonus, because you haven't got to go and negotiate the BTS system. You haven't got to go and sit in hours and hours of queues. I mean, if ever you've been in Bangkok in the traffic jams, my God, I thought the M25 was enough, but geez, this takes it to a whole new level. So if I'm in that environment, I'm in an office in Bangkok and they say, oh look, you've got to work from home. Oh, hello, thank you. So that's a bonus for me. But now let's talk about these guys here. They're reliant. 95% of our tourism is required in order for these businesses to succeed. A lot of these bars, the clubs, the restaurants, they all depend on you guys coming over here and spending money. That's what it's all about. And as it isn't with Phuket. Phuket's another place. You know, you look at Phuket, it's just crumbling like we are from the inside out, and it's heartbreaking. And that's why I am the way I am in the way I talk about things, because until we get this sorted out, it's not going to be an easy solution. And I'll give you a good example. I was in Korat, as you know, the other week. I went back home, and I had to travel down here. So we have to have this paperwork, and we have to go and get this form signed, etc. Because it has to be what they class as an essential journey. It can't be a jolly, a day out. It has to be an essential journey. Fine, no problem. So we got the paperwork. I travelled 315 kilometres from my house to my room here down in Pattaya, and not zero checks to ask me where I'm going, what I'm doing, no temperature checks, zero, nothing. So how are we ever going to get past the COVID restrictions and this lockdown that we're in order to allow people to come here and enjoy themselves and spend money in areas like Pattaya, like Phuket, where it's incredibly destitute right now and it's on its arse? Where is that light at the end of the tunnel? I don't know. You know, what do you think? You know, in England, I understand you're going into tier 5 lockdown. Excuse me. You're going into tier 5 lockdown, and there's lots of conditions, and you know they've really twisting the nail there, twisting the screw, sorry. But it's under control in terms of at least you've got procedures that are actually doing. Here, no. So when are you guys going to be back out here? I have no idea. So if you do suffer with the Pattaya blues and you're thinking, oh, I can't wait to come back, I can't imagine how you must be feeling now. You know, drop a comment please, let me know. How are you feeling? What's your realistic, in all honesty, what is your realistic thoughts on when you guys think you will be back here in Pattaya, walking down some of these famous streets, having fun again? Do you think it will be this year? Do you think that's going to happen? Do you think it will be later on in the middle of this year? Do you think it will be in a few months? I interviewed Brian Flowers the other day. Brilliant interview. If you haven't watched it, please check it out. It was amazing. And he was very, very honest, and I give him a lot of credit for that. I know he gets a lot of flack. I know a lot of people, he's not their cup of tea, etc., etc., but he was very honest in his interview. So please have a look and watch that. It's on the Coffee Chat. But he said April. So if it's going to be April, surely we need to be adhering to these restrictions. The Thai government, the Thai military, the Thai police need to be enforcing these restrictions to make sure that we are in the best possible situation that we can be in order to allow you guys to get on an aeroplane and come out here and spend your money. But it ain't happening, guys. It really is, as sad as that, it's just not happening. So I don't know, you know, Pattaya blues, when am I going to be in Pattaya next? You must be pulling your hair out, and I hope it's not too bad, because you'll end up looking like me and I've got no hair. But it doesn't look good, guys. You know, we can joke about it, but there are people here that are absolutely on the bones of their arse with zero to look forward to in the future, because there really is no indication as to when you guys can come back out here and enjoy your time. All right, so was that me putting the world to rights a bit there? I don't know, maybe I went on a bit, sorry. All right, so back to our original question then. Pattaya blues, how do you deal with them? Do you still keep in contact with the girls? Do you still keep yourself busy online, etc.? Or do you sit and sulk like I used to? You know, I had to have it. If I didn't have a date to look forward to, and sometimes the flights weren't available, it really used to hurt me. And I'd be like, oh, come on. So I don't know, guys, what do you think? When will you be back to Pattaya? Sorry, I'm coughing a lot today. Maybe I've got COVID. Yeah, sorry. So when will you guys come back to Pattaya? And also, how did you deal with the Pattaya blues when you used to go back home and you knew it was going to be a while before you came back here and enjoyed a sunset like this? Look at that. Come on, I bet you're jealous. I know you're jealous. I know you are, really. And I am rubbing it in. Anyway, all right, that's it from me today, guys. I want to say a few last things. Thank you very much for all your support. Amazing, incredible. I'm wholeheartedly thanking you, because it really has been incredible. Don't forget, please hit the subscribe button and also the bell icon if you'd like to be notified when I bring out a new video. Check out our new members area, some great little emojis and the badges and stuff like that. Have a look at that, please. Don't forget to join our Telegram group and enjoy the photos and the discussions. There's some great people on that group. And lastly, I am going to be in the very near future releasing a merchandise shop. Yes, if you want to look like this with the Buzzing Pattaya shirts, and I've come up with some what I think are funky ideas, then please watch that space and have a look for it. And if you see anything you like and you want to buy it, perfect. I look forward to walking down the road and seeing some buzzing shirts out there. Alright guys, that's it for me today here on the Coffee Chat Show. I'm going to spin around with this over my back. I would like to say thank you very much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in the very near future, I hope. Fingers crossed guys, fingers crossed. Alright, take care, thank you now, bye bye.